Hey, Browns fans, Bears fans, and burnouts. This is your main man, J-Rex, here with my main man, B-Weird. What's going on, brother? How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, man. Were we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh shit, we're live. All right, cool.
Yeah, we're recording.
And you know what's funny?
We're recording.
I was just saying I could eat mushrooms every day and function just fine. And Jay's been sitting here with his first smoke of the day for what, like an hour now? Granted,
Yeah, man, I can't function.
Granted, both of our first smokes of the day are usually like 3 hours and like way more than anybody would normally smoke in a single day. I mean, I'm out of my days at the dispensary until tomorrow, actually. So, in the time that I've been trying to get Jay on to record now, I've smoked 2 bowls of the shake that I have left until tomorrow. But that said, we're gonna work with what we got here. Jay, what's going on with you this week, man? How's it looking?
Nothing, man. You know, just the first smoke of the day, you asshole. So I'm like, folks who are out there, I usually smoke when I get off of work and then eat dinner and then smoke again before B-Weird and I get on. So, you know, but now I don't have my shit together because it's the first time of the day, and you know, I'm not the same stoner that I used to be. Let's put it that way.
It's all right, man. I will lead us through this episode. No worries.
All right.
Okay. There's some crazy shit that caught my eye tonight while I was eating dinner, actually, and just like flipping through my phone. Yeah. So there was a 12 and 14-year-old. They had a 90-minute standoff and shootout with police in Deltona, Florida.
Daytona?
No, Deltona.
Deltona?
Yeah, I don't know where that is, but
where
yeah,
the fuck?
Deltona,
I live in
Florida.
Deltona. I live in Florida. I never heard of Deltona in my life.
When they shot and then like rescued the 14-year-old, the 12-year-old surrendered and said that the 14-year-old was telling them that it was just like the video game that they were playing or something. So there's something. Then I saw in Oregon, there was a 9 and a 4-year-old that woke up in the middle of the night and they wanted to go see the ocean. So what did they do? They took the family car.
How do you take the family car?
You get the keys and you go in it.
Who has the balls at 9 years old to drive a car?
I would have. Brass balls.
Yeah, you probably would have. You're a bad kid.
I really was.
You were a horrible kid.
I was.
I don't know. Man. I don't think I was a particularly good kid.
I shared something on Facebook the other day that said it was from Mama Tried, the Grateful Dead song. And it was like a therapist on one side and Bob Ware on the other. And it was like, so it says that your mama tried all of this. And Bob was like, by then on the Bob Ware side, he goes, yeah, so I'm only I to blame or whatever. It was funny.
Yeah, right,
yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh man. I'm a sort of tried.
Yeah. Well, I was a delinquent for a long time. So
it's not just you. It's going to be a good month though. Like,
yeah.
Spiritually with the moon, I don't know. I know you're not really into it that much, but the moon does
I'm a man of science.
The moon does come out right, like when you walk outside of your garage, it does set right over those houses very nicely. I gotta say.
Oh, in my neighborhood?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the moon in my neighborhood.
So June 10th is the first solar eclipse of 2021. Ring of Fire, June 14th. Moon and Mars will be very close to each other. June 21st is summer solstice, and the 24th is the last supermoon of the year. So, be a cool month for like stargazing and that sort of stuff, which I am into.
So, all right, well,
I don't know.
Everyone knows that B-Word has tripped a lot, so that clearly explains all of that.
It's getting to be the season. I have a lot of tickets for Dead and Company shows this summer already, so
yep,
I'm excited.
So we'll see how that goes, everyone.
I'm excited.
Something interesting I saw. So for viewers out there that don't know that, my dog's name is Teddy. So his name is actually technically Theodore.
That's my god dog.
He's B Word's god dog. And the funny part is he's named after Teddy Roosevelt. So I was looking through, and technically his name is Theodore Rex. That's his show name, right? Wouldn't that be his show name?
That would be a show name,
right? So the biography about Teddy Roosevelt is literally titled Theodore Rex.
they knew that they needed to write a book about Teddy because he was going to be that influential.
Yeah, they did. This dog is just like
he's a good boy.
Hero amongst men. Yeah.
He's a good boy.
So that's some stupid shit that B Word and I saw this week.
All right. Well, I guess we can stop being idiots and move on to the actual show, eh?
Right? Sorry, people.
That's okay. I'm sure they enjoyed it.
We smoke a lot of weed, all right?
I know that at least Ja was sitting here laughing for the last, 3-4 minutes now?
Oh, yeah, and Skip probably was too.
Yeah, for sure. We at least made 2 people laugh, so I'm cool with that. If I can make one person laugh every day, I'm happy.
Right.
Let's start off the show, though. So some WWE news. I know we don't normally do too much WWE stuff. We do it a little bit here and there. They've released a lot of big names this week, though, like Braun Strowman, Aleister Black, Lana, Murphy, and Ruby Riott. I would estimate that they're all going to end up signing with AEW. AEW is growing huge. There's been news this week that WWE is trying to sell, or actually there's other news that they're trying to build a partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling to be their exclusive American, what's the word I'm looking for here? Partner, I guess, but where their talent would perform. Venture. Yeah, something like that.
Joint venture, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, so I guess they're trying
American
to do something
conglomerate,
like that.
something like that.
Right, yeah.
American division, some sort of business technical
so
term.
It'll
explains it.
To me, just that Vince McMahon would be willing to, sell WWE, and he would probably try to remain on as the president or the CEO or whatever, wherever he's at now. But it's just crazy to me, just looking back in the last 30 years of being a wrestling fan, that Vince McMahon would ever try to sell WWE or WWF, whatever you want to call it.
You ain't taking it with you.
No, and he is getting older. And CM Punk, who I never watched, but I guess he was a big name for a while. He tweeted out, "It's like a movie with a blockbuster budget and cast, but if it's written by a creatively bankrupt nincompoop, specifically for an audience of one, in a language nobody understands anymore, it's trash. But people watch it because they like movies." And I think he's pretty spot on with that tweet, to be honest.
Well, isn't he in the AEW or whatever it is?
No, he's not anymore, actually. He tried UFC. He tried doing some drawing for cartoons and stuff. CM Punk did after he left WWE. But he took that shot there that for an audience of one, and that audience of one is Vince McMahon.
Yeah, so, it's all for Vince's ego. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that.
So I think them selling would actually be, good for them, to be honest.
I would not let him remain on as president if he's going to sell.
I think that if he remains on as something, it will be more just for face value than anything.
Yeah, but if I would basically stop him from having any creative input.
Yeah,
I would be listen, you can
exactly.
pretend whatever.
They have wasted so much talent over the last decade because they just don't know how to. You're the last 15 years even. They've just wasted so much talent because they have no idea how to use it.
Shit. It's not entertaining.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not anymore. Not really. Once in a great while, it is.
The ladies are hot though, man.
Well, Lana's one of my personal favorites. She just got released, so she's gonna definitely go to AEW. Her husband is I forget what his name is in AEW. He was Rusev in WWE, but that's her actual husband, so she'll go there, I'm sure. Ruby Riott will go there, and they'll make their women's division much better than it is now, to be honest. So that's
I think women's wrestling is the future of wrestling, and anyone that doesn't see that is an idiot.
just letting go of Lana and Ruby Riott, WWE kind of like handed them some aces, to be honest, which I wouldn't have normally seen them to be something that they would do, but
All right. Well, I think women wrestling is way more. I'd rather watch hot women wrestle each other than a bunch of dudes and fucking speedos. I'll tell you that much.
that's fair. The 21-year-old Boston Celtics fan who, what did he do? I don't even remember what
He
he
threw a
did.
water bottle at Kyrie Irving for
Okay,
stomping on
yeah.
the Celtics logo.
Well, this fan is an idiot, and he's now facing charges and went to jail. Last week we covered a bunch of morons on the show.
Yep.
And stuff like this just seems to be happening more and more all over the place. Like, just because the pandemic might be like somewhat over and you
Yeah.
can go out again does not give everybody the right to act like a fucking lunatic. Like,
So
treat people how you want to be treated out there. Nobody's been happy this last year.
mhm.
Just, I don't know. That's ridiculous to me.
So I went to LeBron's first home game in Cleveland back after going to the Miami Heat.
Yeah,
It was the last year I was in Ohio. Okay. It
yeah.
was 2010. LeBron moved 1 year before I did. And someone spit on him while I was at the game. Like somebody spit on him.
Yeah,
And
I
the person
believe
got
it. Yeah.
moved and ejected and blah, blah, blah. Ron Artest, the Malice in the Palace.
Yep.
Like this shit is for some reason it happens in basketball. Maybe it's because you can get on the court and get so close to them so easily.
Yeah.
I like because I don't feel like it happens as much in football because you're like so far away from the field. You know what I mean?
I think it's somewhat of like,
And then the players are also hitting
I
each
don't
other and
know.
stuff, so there's like a level of like the aggression getting taken out on the players on the field as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a different dynamic.
But I just feel like it happens in basketball
No, it
a
does. Like with
lot.
the fans, and I mean
Yeah.
players too, I guess. But like players, that happens in every sport. But
Well, that
yeah,
happens
with
the most in hockey. The
well,
fights
that's
is in
allowed
hockey.
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The
I
other
don't
thing
count that.
too,
That's allowed.
I feel like the most fights between fans, it's not in the NFL,
No.
it's in baseball games.
Yeah, baseball
Because you're
games
sitting
absolutely.
around for 9 innings
Yep. It's
drinking.
hot. You're drinking.
Drinking,
Yeah.
yeah. Everyone in the football game, nobody's fighting because everyone's freezing. It's like, we got to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to fight with this guy. I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, I have to pee.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
I'm serious. Baseball games, I feel like the most fan fights happen. I feel like basketball, like it's fans versus the players,
Yeah.
and
I
then
agree
like
with that.
hockey is player on player.
Yeah, for sure. I don't disagree with any of that. But moral of the story, though, people just need to fucking start acting right.
People are
Like,
assholes. We just talked about my whole incident at the airport today.
right, but that's exactly like that's another good example though of like how people have just been cooped up for a year and now nobody knows how to fucking act when they're allowed back out of their house.
It's like we're
So
beasts and we've
it's
been let
just
out loose
that's honestly
into
that's
the
what it is
wild.
though, man. It's like we're like one step down from the purge.
We're one.
We're one
God, I
step
hope the
down from
purge
the
does
purge.
not happen. No
Oh.
purge, please.
All right. So on that note, somebody who's going to go retire and hide out while the purge is going on, Coach K. I know you're not really a fan.
Not at all.
I don't know if I would say I'm a fan, but to say
I
that
respect Coach K. I'm
right,
not a fan at
I
all.
definitely respect him and everything that he has accomplished. He is one of the best college basketball and just basketball coaches of all time.
Right.
Led Team USA to many gold medals. He will easily go down as one of the best coaches of all time. No
For
question
sure.
about
And
it.
shout out to Skip, who pretends that he's not that big of a Duke fan.
I mean, it's hard to be a Duke fan when they're not even in the tournament.
Well, it's hard to be a Duke fan when you're also a Michigan fan because just the sucking lately has just been so much.
I
It's
mean,
it's it's a
it's
hard
true.
pill to swallow on both ends.
That is a hard pill to swallow.
And Skip's a Browns fan too, a Cleveland fan too. So that's just a lot of like it's rough at the last little while.
That's fair. Although the Browns have turned it around,
Yeah.
at least according to most.
That explains why he's so bitter about sports.
All right, so Tyrod Taylor signed in Houston amongst the Deshaun Watson bullshit that he's doing.
Yeah, it's wonderful, isn't it?
What do you
With all
think?
the
You
lawsuits and
think
everything.
Tyrod Taylor can win some games?
Like 3 or 4, maybe.
You think that's
Maybe.
it?
Tops.
I'll take the over on that.
Okay. I'll
Uh,
bet you $1.
Okay. We'll put
All
a
right.
dollar on what? 4,
4.
3 or 4?
4.
4?
4.
All right, 4 games.
I don't
Here,
think they win
I'm
more
gonna
than
put
4
it in
games.
right here.
All right.
4 games.
You can use the collateral that you owe me from the Grateful Dead stickers I fronted you money on.
Perfect.
All right. It's a
All
bet for $1.
right, so let's see what do we got here. The Falcons are finally saying they're willing to take a second rounder for Julio Jones. It's looking kind of like the Seahawks and the Steelers are going to be the front runners there. You seeing anything different on that?
Maybe the Ravens.
Ravens?
Yeah, but the Raven, I don't know because they have Sammy Watkins and they're showing pictures of Lamar Jackson throwing wounded ducks to Sammy Watkins in practice. It looks great. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
They posted a video, the Schmucks, the Ravens, okay,
Huh.
and it was video of their practice.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson is throwing a pass to Sammy Watkins, okay, and it's a wounded duck. It looks like a Tim Tebow pass.
That's funny. Tim Tebow
Yeah,
can't pass. Come on now.
yeah, I know.
Um,
So, but I don't want to see him in the AFC North, but at the same time, realistically, do you think like Ben has the arm to even utilize Julio Jones correctly?
I'll tell you what. At this point, I don't give a shit if Julio Jones comes to the AFC North because they will have to give away part of a future pick, and we are set up to continue to build.
We
So,
have all of our
if
assets. Is that what you're implying?
exactly. So, if you're telling me that the Ravens or the Steelers are going to give away more of their assets that they already don't have as many, and he's going to maybe play a full season if they luck out somehow.
Sure.
I mean,
Where's Green Bay in all this? Why haven't they done anything?
because their starting quarterback right now is Jordan Love.
Yeah, but you're trying to get Aaron Rodgers to come to camp. You think you go and try and trade a second round pick for Julio Jones?
I don't think that's going to do it, though. What's going to do it is
By
when
the way,
they
I think they
get.
could trade him. They can the Falcons can trade him as of like yesterday and
Yeah.
like be under the cap
Yeah.
or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they can trade him now.
We'll see. I don't know. It's annoying. The whole story's irritating.
I imagine that
It's
will
fucking
happen.
annoying. Don't deny it. It isn't annoying.
No, it really is, and I imagine that we'll be talking about where he actually ends up on our next show. To be honest, I think that it will happen pretty quick now.
The next story's annoying too.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers still not reporting, and he's still also they're refusing to trade him. So
Annoying.
it's just a standoff on both sides.
They're both schmucks.
Like I've been saying for weeks, Rodgers is just gonna sit out for the year. They're gonna buy out the rest of his contract, and he's gonna go play somewhere else.
I'm honestly tired of hearing about it. It's fucking annoying.
I'll say this: let's not talk about it for at least another week or two, unless he actually.
We're not going to talk about Aaron Rodgers
unless something
next week.
actually happens.
It happens.
No Aaron Rodgers talk.
No Julio Jones or Aaron moratorium.
Yeah.
On Julio Jones and Aaron Rodgers talk until it happens.
They actually go somewhere. Yeah.
Right. Moratorium.
I'm with it. We'll fist bump on that one, brother.
Right. Across this fucking screen.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about something a little bit more interesting. The United USFL. What is it? The United what?
United. I have no idea. USSFL, United Football Alliance, or something like that. United States
Oh yeah,
Football
United
Alliance.
States Football League or something like
Yeah,
that.
some shit
The
like that.
USFL will
The
relaunch in the
USFL.
spring of
Yeah,
2022. They have a
yeah.
partnership with Fox Sports, looking for at least 8 teams. The USFL first existed from 1983 to 1986. Notable names coming out of there: Hall of Famers Jim Kelly, Steve Young. I don't know. I mean, I guess any competition for the NFL is, I guess, good because it makes them try to stay fresh.
NFL is the most popular sport in the most
Right. Like that.
lucrative country in
There's
the
a
world.
reason that all these other football leagues that keep trying keep failing.
They fail immediately. Nobody wants to watch it.
Right. There's a reason for that.
You can watch college football.
Yeah. There's a reason
That's
for
the
that.
lower league. I'm just telling
Um,
you, that's the lower league.
Yeah, no, it is. So we'll see though. We got what, another year before they even start. Um,
It's boring. It's boring.
Baltimore says Lamar Jackson will play more snaps under center. What do you got for me?
Good.
Right, yeah, that was my reaction to it. I was like, oh, really? They
Yeah.
want him to get hit more? Okay,
Yeah.
like
You want him to step back when he has a shitty arm and do a 3-step drop?
no,
Really?
they're expecting him to throw a lot more this coming season, and
Good, good. I
I
hope
love
they're
it.
but think about it. The videos they're posting are him throwing wounded ducks out there. Like, think about that.
I mean, I I don't give a shit what he's throwing right now. It doesn't matter.
But I'm just telling you, that's what they're doing.
I know.
I mean, it's just I mean, it's interesting, but at the same time, like, I just it doesn't make sense for their scheme. I don't see it. They're playing a spread offense.
I
Why would you
mean,
put him under center? Like, completely limits is like the whole point of Lamar Jackson.
I think that what they're realizing and what most quarterbacks who are run first quarterbacks do realize after 2 or 3 years, they realize I can't keep this up and have longevity in my career.
But he's
So,
not a good passer.
well, he's going to have to start to be a better passer, and that's
Good
their
luck to the
right.
Baltimore
That's
Ravens.
their problem. I'm happy to see him under center more and playing more in the pocket. I feel like we will get to him way easier that way.
I hope he
I'm
enjoys seeing a whole lot of Jadeveon Clowney.
right. I'm happy to see it. David
Love to see it.
Montgomery says Justin Fields is a freakish athlete to say the least. He already carries that leader mantra that you rarely see from rookies. I fucking love it.
I
So,
totally believe it. They got the
and
best quarterback in the draft.
Andy Dalton is still stuck on being the first team reps and the starting quarterback. That boy's got some bad news coming to him in a couple of
He ain't
weeks.
starting shit,
Nah,
man.
Justin Fields is starting day one.
Day one, we're gonna be seeing
He's
Justin
already
Fields at
got the
first
support
energy.
of the team. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
like
Starting day one, the kid is built to
he's
compete in the
yeah.
NFL.
I'm so excited for that game.
That's gonna be one of the best games of the year. People don't even know it.
Yeah, I do like that the Bears have at least some like quarterback competition somewhat.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Like
he's got to go out there and earn
Andy
that.
Dalton is a proven veteran. I will say that. Like, yes, he might fucking suck, and like we might really laugh at him because he was on the Cowboys and the Bengals, but he is a veteran presence that's there. And Justin Fields comes in with like a totally different life source, and I fucking love it.
Well, they did the right thing getting rid of Mitchell Trubisky for Justin Fields.
Oh yeah, no question about it. And I will
I'll tell you that much.
happily take my words back about needing a franchise tag Trubisky. I'm very happy that they did not, and that they did get Justin Fields, and things worked out the way they did. Hopefully,
Well, here we are.
um,
K Sarah Sarah. Everything happens for a reason.
absolutely. So Stefanski has retired Miles Garrett from his basketball pickup game career.
Did you see the video?
I didn't.
It's hilarious. He's dunking on like accountants.
I mean, I've seen a lot of videos of him playing basketball, and every single time I'm like, I don't know how this dude gets away with it, but like, I guess as long as he's not getting hurt, oh well.
Well,
But
the other thing too is they
now
were saying
putting a
he
stop to it.
well they need these are like the worse the player is, the more chances you have of getting hurt because they can't play the game properly.
Huh?
And that's the worst talent the person is, okay? So like shitty accountants instead of like NBA players,
Yeah.
they can't play the game of basketball correctly. So you have a higher chance of getting injured if you're a strong athlete like
Oh,
that.
okay. I got you. I got you.
Yeah. With a
I,
bunch of random Joes.
I, I don't know. It depends, I guess.
That's what experts were telling me.
Uh,
Okay?
I don't know.
That's what I heard the experts say.
I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm just a dude who used to play a lot of basketball and
A lot of pickup. We played a lot of pickup
a
basketball.
lot.
A lot of
But
pickup basketball.
Miles Garrett will no longer be playing, and I will need to start
I
playing again.
I will no longer. I'm retired from pickup games of basketball as well, since I do not have a knee cap anymore.
You want to talk about this top 100 players list?
Yeah, it's pretty bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Um,
So
so you know, see the
yeah, I'll
top.
explain it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll explain it. So basically, this douchebag named Pete Prisco, who works for CBS Sports, is like the HQ Sports, some shit like that, like a very verified Twitter with like a million followers, blah blah blah. Pete Prisco, that's the clown's name. So
Yeah.
he put out an entire list, okay, of the top 100 NFL players. Okay, he didn't even rank Nick Chubb in the top 5 running backs in the league. He put Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott ahead of Nick Chubb, and I heard him on the Ken Carman show. Okay, and he explained his reasoning. His reasoning was, if Nick Chubb is such a superstar running back, why does he split carries with Kareem Hunt?
That's a very dumb argument.
That was literally his argument.
I mean, just while I was like reading through all of this, and I did scroll through all 100 players
Right.
and his honorable mentions, which did have Baker in there as an
Yeah,
honorable
but hey,
mention.
Baker should be like a top 20 player. Like it's
I
ridiculous.
mean, I so okay,
Top 30 at least.
couple
Top
things that
30 at
I
least.
did like about his list. It did include like offensive line players. Um, it did attribute different things to, like he tried to take things into consideration. But at the same rate, a lot of the things that he took into consideration didn't make any sense to me. Like he had like Cameron Jordan and some of these other defensive players who had like half the stats last year that they did the year before. And he was like, but I see them having a better year this year, so I'm going to rank them up higher, even though they had a bad year last year. So, like, the whole list, he's sitting there, like, criticizing himself about where he's putting people.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He's literally a moron. He
Yeah.
has Odell Beckham ranked 61.
Right.
Jack Conklin isn't even on the list. The guy's an all pro.
Jarvis Landry's not on the list.
Yeah.
Conklin's in his
Miles
honorable mentions.
it's Conklin is was the one of the
Miles
best
Garrett
active.
is
He's
what,
like 9.
ninth? Yeah.
Yeah. He put TJ Watt ahead of Miles Garrett.
Yep. Yeah. No,
Tell me, can you please tell me on a good day where who? Okay, I'm presenting you Miles Garrett and TJ Watt. Who do you want?
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
Here, so Cameron Jordan, he has him ranked 32. He was a dominant force on the edge of the Saints defense. Even if his sack numbers fell from 15.5 to 7.5 last season, he still had a lot of pressures and made life tough for opposing quarterbacks. So that makes him the 32nd best player in the NFL because his numbers literally cut in half.
Pete Prisco.
Like, that makes no sense to me.
Ken Carman today, after the interview, said that Pete Prisco embarrassed himself on their show.
I'm
You
happy to
should go
hear
and listen
that.
to it on Audacity. It's interesting. Ken Carman's a good listen.
Okay.
I listen to him in the mornings because, by the way, I want to say this about the Browns because we haven't really talked about them very much.
Yeah, no, I
The
mean, right now we're
entire,
just kind of bouncing around everything.
yeah, the entire national media and like even Big E, the exterminator, are are doubting. And my coworker said the Patriots are going to win more games than the Browns this season. And it's just like everyone is just doubting the Browns because
Blasphemy.
they have this preconceived notion that the
Yeah,
Browns are going to be
exactly.
bad this season.
Yep. Everybody still thinks Browns is the Browns.
I think they need to put the Browns on the Browns all over that fucking locker
Yeah,
room.
for real. I put that shit everywhere. Yep.
And you know Kevin Stefanski's doing it. You know he is. That shit is everywhere. The Browns is the
You
Browns.
think Stefanski put like a Nerf like basketball hoop up on Myles Garrett's locker at least?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. That'd be pretty funny if Kevin
It
did
would
that.
be funny. I might tweet that out to him later. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
don't think Kevin has
At
a
least
Twitter
at
account.
least give him a Nerf ball.
You should tweet that to Miles. Tweet
Right.
that to Miles. Yeah, be like, hey, if Kevin's not going to let you play pickup, you should let him put you.
Right. Better at
Let him
least
put a
get
little
that
nerve.
hoop on the fucking locker.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But I think a lot of people are doubting the Browns right now, and I think it's going to play in our favor. I
Yeah,
honestly believe
I
that.
completely agree with that. And I also, to the same extent with like the Bears, kind of,
Right.
everybody's, for whatever reason, they still think that Aaron Rodgers is going to come back.
He's not. He's
No,
not, dude.
he's
He's
not.
getting laid playing the guitar in Hawaii smoking weed. That's what that man is doing right now.
Right. He is
He's
not coming back
blazed.
to Green Bay, Wisconsin. As somebody
No,
who has lived in Wisconsin, let me go ahead and
yeah.
tell you something right now. There is nothing in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
There's cheese curd factories.
You can get, if you're Aaron Rodgers, you can get cheese curds wherever the fuck you are in the world. You can be on the top of a mountain in fucking Switzerland somewhere and be like, hey, I want cheese curds. And he'll have that shit helicoptered in. You know why? Because he's fucking Aaron Rodgers. That's why.
He's banging his hot actress fiance in Hawaii, smoking weed, having the time of his life, playing guitar,
He's
man.
not
Why
going
would you
back
want
to
to go
Green
get
Bay,
your ass beat?
Wisconsin. It's not happening.
He doesn't give a shit, man. He's got nothing to prove.
Nope. It's not happening.
Doesn't fucking care.
Nope.
All right.
Yeah.
That's the last. We broke our moratorium on Aaron Rodgers, by the way.
It will start now. Yeah. It will start now.
All right. No more. The
Let's
moratorium starts right now.
All right, let's get into some basketball, and hopefully this will be the second last time that I mention this guy for the NBA season. LeBron
I hope
is
not.
14-0 in first round playoff series. Lakers trail 3-2. They play the Suns tonight in LA. Anthony Davis is a game time decision. Doesn't look good for him.
Pack your bags. I think you're going home.
Think the Lakers are going home?
I hate to say it. Yeah.
I think so too. I think the Suns lock it up tonight.
I don't like it.
I
don't
think,
like it at all.
I got to tell you, I think this is the start of LeBron's decline. And I've been telling everybody for a while that he does.
He's almost 40 years old.
He's going to age.
He's almost 40.
Exactly. Everybody seemed to think that like LeBron was this super freak that would never age. And eventually time was going to catch up to him, just like everybody else.
Unless you're Tom Brady.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, except for Tom Brady. But that being said, now is, I think, when time is starting to catch up to LeBron. I really do.
We'll see.
Yeah, 14-0 in first round playoff series. This would be his first loss if they lose this series.
If they win this game and he wins the series, God bless him.
Well, they need to win 2 straight. So
came down. He was down 3-1 before.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. This Suns team is good, but Let's see.
Let's go. They're not the Golden State Warriors of 2016.
No. And this isn't that Cavs team either.
You think this Cavs team is better? I do.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think this is the worst team he's played with in a long time.
Yeah, it's not full. It's not like a full team like
Yeah,
with
it's not
depth
even
and
it's not even like the 2018 Cavs, which he dragged to the finals.
yeah.
It's not even that bad.
No.
Like that even wasn't even that bad. This one's worse.
Yeah, this Lakers team is not very good. I think a
No.
lot of the problems that they have been kind of brushed aside throughout the season, and they're gonna have to look at them in the eyes now. So,
Yep.
um,
All right.
that's Denver plays in Portland tonight with a 3-2 series lead against the Trailblazers. Think Dame will pull off a win here, go to Game 7?
Yeah, he's gonna take it to Game 7.
I agree. I do think that Denver's very good, but I think that somehow Portland actually still pulls this one out.
That Jokic kid is fucking a beast,
Yeah,
man.
Jokic is
He
fucking
he's
amazing.
he's amazing.
Yeah.
The creamy nougats, as the idiot on the really big show says.
Yeah, I do think Portland still finds a way to somehow pull out this series, though.
It's a tall order.
It is. It is.
Do they still have Melo?
Yeah,
Where the fuck are you, bro?
I think they
Where's CJ
still.
McCollum?
Pretty sure they do.
Where's CJ McCollum?
He
Where's my man?
that's who needs to step up tonight.
Where are you at, bro?
Hopefully, he steps up tonight. Turn on the game when we stop
That's my
recording.
man. He's from Cleveland. That's my man right there. I wish he
Um,
played for the Cavs.
Mrs. Rex's 76ers have moved on. They 4-1 series win against the Wizards.
Embiid's banged up. He's got a tear in his meniscus.
Yeah.
He's day to day, they said.
Um,
It's not good. Not great, Bob. Not great.
Atlanta moved on against the Knicks 4-1. So, yeah, we were all wrong about the Knicks getting through this first round. They definitely
Knicks are the worst
did not.
franchise in sports.
Brooklyn, they won, what, 4-1 already? Was it 4-1 or did they sweep?
I swept, I think, yeah.
They swept the Celtics then? Okay.
Yeah.
The Jazz
That's
moved
where
past.
they threw the water bottle at Kyrie's because he swept him and stomped on their shit.
Got you.
Like he was sweeping them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why they threw the water bottle at.
The Jazz moved past the Grizzlies 4-1. Grizzlies have a bright future with John Morant. They have a bright future. Jazz are very good right now. I love Donovan Mitchell.
The Spider.
Yep, that's my boy.
The Spider.
Dallas leads 3-2. They next play at home on Friday. Cousin Peen's big pick. Dallas, can they pull it out?
Book it.
I think so too. Yep.
And you know how big of an upset this would be if Dallas beat the Clippers in the
Yep.
in the first round.
I think it happens. I really do.
Book it.
I think
Peen
it happens.
Right. Book
it. Shout out to Cousin Peen.
That was a great take.
Big take.
That was a great take.
Yep.
Luka is the next LeBron.
That's why he's our NBA basketball analyst.
I want to say this now. I watched some of the Dallas games.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic is the next LeBron James.
Yeah, he's
like
very
without
good.
a doubt.
Yeah.
He's their superstar. He's better than Steph Curry.
Oh yeah.
She's going to be MVP at least once in the next 2 years.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Kid is an animal. An animal.
I agree with that.
And the best part about it is Kobe Bryant shit talked him in like Slovenian or his like native language and shit while he was like in
I believe
he was like on the sidelines and like Kobe Bryant started to like shit talk him in his native language and he turned around, he looked at like him like shocked that someone was like talking to him like that in his like native language, and he looked at Kobe Bryant, he just laughed and shook his hand. R.I.P. man. R.I.P. Kobe.
Kobe was the best.
He was the best.
All
right.
Yeah, Luka's going to be very good though. I definitely see him winning at least 1 or 2 MVP awards. No question.
In the next 2 years. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years for sure.
Dude, shout out to Mark Cuban, man. They have had some fucking studs, some Hall of Fame studs, and he has done a great job with that organization. And he
for
could have fired Rick Carlisle, and they hung it out with him. And like, shout out to fucking Mark Cuban.
yeah, he definitely does pick a lot of really good like European guys and
Yeah.
hangs on. And Mark Cuban's a good owner. I like
Yeah,
Mark
I
Cuban
like
as an
Dallas,
owner.
man. I always have like Dallas. When they played LeBron in the Miami, I cheered for Dallas that one year when they won the title.
Oh yeah,
So I mean, like I've always liked Dallas.
yeah.
So
Um, should we dive into the concert of the week?
yeah, it's a great concert of the week.
All right, so
I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna go listen to this one actually when we hang up and
yeah.
like when I'm playing video games. Yeah, I want to hear this. I haven't heard them in a while. So
All right, so I found a Red Hot Chili Pepper concert live from Slang Castle in 2003. That's in Ireland. The set list, yeah, it's a very very good set list. By the way, Scar Tissue, Around the World, Parallel Universe, Universally Speaking, The Zephyr Song, Throw Away Your Television, Other Side, Purple Stain, like it just keeps going. Give It Away, Californication, Under the Bridge, Power of Equality. It just goes on and on. Like it's a
I
lot
told you
of
that parallel universe
really good
into
covers.
into Zephyr song.
Yeah,
I'm like, I really want to see that.
yeah. No, it's a really good concert. It's about what like hour and 40 minutes or so. So it's a good show.
Yeah, it's a great
Definitely,
show.
definitely worth checking out if you're a fan. And I wanted to make sure too that it was a lineup with John Frusciante.
Right.
And
Yeah, you do not want to get a show that where they have that other loser in it.
nah, and I also wanted to make sure that it was before Stadium Arcadium as well.
You don't like Stadium Arcadium?
No, that's not true. I love Stadium Arcadium. I
How
actually
dare you?
saw their tour for Stadium Arcadium
It's like their
on
fourth best
Halloween,
album.
and Flea came down like dressed as like the Green Goblin from the rafters, and he
Yeah.
came flying down playing the bass and shit.
All
But
right.
a lot of the songs from Stadium Arcadium get way overplayed, like Poppy, like Snow and whatever.
Danny
So
California.
yeah, so like I just wanted to avoid those songs and go
Okay, so let
back
me ask you
to
a
something
question.
better. Yeah, hit me.
Okay, first off, 21st Century is on that album, and that's like one of my all-time favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers songs. And
Yeah,
then also Humpty Bump, isn't that one of the songs on that album too?
yeah, that's
Yeah, that's a
overplayed as
great
fuck.
song.
Yeah,
Yeah. What? What'd you say?
I said that's overplayed as fuck, but yeah,
Oh, is it really? I didn't know it was
yeah.
overplayed.
No,
I
it
knew the
it,
other two
it
were.
is to me. And, like, don't get me wrong. Like, Stadium Arcadium is a double. It's a double album, and both albums are like equally great. I've listened to it a million times. That
All right, so
said,
give me your top. Give me your top Chili Pepper albums. Top four. Top
top
five.
top four or
Top five.
five.
Give
Jesus.
me five.
Um, One would be Blood Sugar.
Okay, sure.
Two would be Freaky Styley.
I agree with that.
Three would be
Californication.
no. Three would probably actually be
Mother's Milk.
no. The fuck were we just talking about?
Red Hot Chili Peppers concert or
Yeah.
albums.
What CD were we just saying?
Stadium Arcadium
Yeah.
is three.
Stadium Arcadium, I think, would be three for me.
Okay, and four
Four
Californication.
Californication. Five
Five
Mother's Milk.
Mother's Milk. Yeah, that's probably.
Oh no!
I don't.
Oh wait, who? Who? See, oh man.
By the
Okay.
way, did you forget about By the Way?
No, I don't give a shit about. By the way,
Okay, One Hot Minute.
I forgot. One Hot Minute and Mother's Milk to me are kind of interchangeable, although Mother's Milk
Okay.
is better.
Okay.
But their first album, entitled The Red Hot
Chili
Chili
Peppers.
Peppers, that
Yeah.
actually my like secret like favorite fucking.
That's your dark horse.
Yeah,
That's your like
that's my
dark
dark
horse.
horse favorite. It is so funky and weird. Like if you've never heard their original Right, I'm
I
about to
have to
listen to
listen to it.
that
I don't know if
tonight.
I've listened to it. Yeah, I don't know if I've
I'm
listened to it.
listening to that tonight. I'll put that up on our fucking concerts too somewhere. I'll find
All
that.
right, that was a good. I like that Red Hot Chili Peppers talk right there.
It was
So
it was good. Yeah, their first CD though. My original Beware shout out, love you brother. Um, he
the
got me
OGB where
into their first album a lot, and yeah, it's so good. It's so weird and funky and like, oh man, I got chills just thinking about it. I want to go listen to it now.
yeah.
Ah,
All right.
all
Well,
right, I guess we'll finish this before I go.
yeah. Right before he drifts off into another planet. Let's do my strain of the week.
Yes.
Okay. So my strain of the week is Mandalo from Grow Healthy. I got it 20% off, and I got
Fuck
it in
yeah.
their like littles or their minis. So it was like $25 for an eighth. And it's only 16%, but it like smacks, it pops. And it's an indica dominant. It's like nice, has a nice orange piney taste. And here's the great thing I love about Grow Healthy's littles is they charge you a discount on them, but they're literally big buds just in a littler, smaller package. It's like the same nugs in smaller containers. I don't understand it fully, but like I'll definitely take it. I love their stuff. They're right behind my house
Oh
down
yeah.
here. Grow Healthy's the shit. Um, uh, they had tons of crystals. It was just beautiful stuff. I dug it.
Oh yeah.
Good shit. Good shit.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I got a couple of Grow Healthy things, by the way, for everybody coming up soon. So
Oh, so can I tell you a crazy story that happened?
yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I was hanging out with my buddy. We'll call him J2 Rex because he's also a
Oh, we can call him J Rex
yeah.
2.0.
All right, J Rex 2.0. All
I know
right,
because he's kind of like me. I
he
know who he
he
is.
is. You guys are very
Yeah,
similar,
yeah.
actually.
J Rex 2.0. Sure.
Yeah. So
That's a compliment, by the way.
it
If you
is.
ever tell him
It
that
is.
I gave him 2.0.
I'm actually I will share that with him when we get
Yeah,
off of here because I might go over there actually tonight.
yeah. That's
But
definitely I endow that name with great responsibility and trust.
yeah, no, you guys would both take up the mantle and like put your Green Lantern rings in together. I swear to God.
Right, yeah.
Um, oh man. But all right, so I was hanging out with
He
him the
also
other
has the
night.
same real first name as me as
Yeah,
well.
that's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
yeah. So I was hanging out with him the other night, and both of
yeah,
us are like completely out of bud,
yeah.
and we got some really shitty dabs. And that was
Right.
all that we fucking had was
Was
like
this the
shitty
sugar shit
dabs.
that you had that you
No, no, that stuff is really good. I get
okay.
that from the
The
botanist.
botanist.
Like that stuff
Yeah.
is good. This stuff that we got was from my ex supplier who I no longer have in my life, but because I am out of days at the dispensary in Ohio is fucking stupid. I had to give $20 towards them and I didn't want to do that, but I did. Got these shitty fucking dabs. So all we had was like shitty.
Aren't you so glad you're off the black
Oh
market?
my god, yeah, man. Like honestly, yeah, honestly, yeah. And, like I won't get into all that on here, but
In his own
like,
personal life, thank God. That's all I have to say.
yeah, there's like a lot of the people that like I've been very close to have not been doing well lately. So like, they're definitely in my thoughts, but I'm happy that I don't need to depend on them anymore. I'll say that for now.
Thank God.
But so I was
All right.
hanging out with JRX 2.0, and all we had was this shit. And we walk outside for whatever. I had to go to my car for some reason. So he walks outside with me. He lives in an apartment building. Go out to the front door, and we start holding. We both held like one. There's two doors, right? So we both held one for this guy that was coming in. And next thing I know, J 2.0 is just standing there and he's like, wait, 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 wait. And I'm like, okay. So I just stand
Yeah.
there and I hold the door.
Yeah.
He picks up this bag and walks outside.
Yeah.
We'd look at it when we get to my car. It's a completely sealed bag of bud from fucking Cali, from a fucking
It
dispensary.
just showed up at the same
It
time.
was just fucking at the goddamn door. Like, I swear to God, I think the people that were coming in, like, must have dropped it or something. But,
Coming
like,
in where?
into his apartment building. It was just sitting at the door.
Just a whole bag of factory sealed shit just sitting there.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
happened to me once in college. We found an
But
entire
that's
like
like,
half
so
ounce.
when we went back up to his apartment, we were like,
Yeah,
you know what? I don't even feel bad if it was that person's, because I've been on the other side of that too many times where like
yeah,
I've lost a bag and I know somebody else has found it. Or
yeah,
I've lost some hits of acid, to be honest, and I know somebody else has found it and it's made them happy.
yeah.
Like,
How much was in it?
what goes around comes around. An eighth.
It was probably the idiot who brought you over the dabs. That's
It
probably
was
who it
no,
was.
it wasn't that. No, it wasn't that person. But yeah, it was an eighth. So we sat there and we
A
smoked and hung out.
factory
And
sealed?
yeah, yeah,
Dude, God, it's just,
right. Sometimes,
world.
hey, blessings.
Sometimes you get pissed on and sometimes you piss on.
Amen. I guess.
All right.
All
So,
right, so let's talk about the Bad Batch. We're gonna nerd. All right, so we're gonna nerd out for about 15 minutes or so here. We got a jam-packed episode of Superman this last week.
it's
Um,
nuts.
So, for whoever doesn't want to listen to us ramble on, we appreciate you listening so far. Thank you for everything. Hope you all had a great week, because it is Friday by the time this comes out. We will catch you guys sooner than later. Thank you very much. Catch us however you listen to us already. And for everybody that's going to continue to listen, we will be here continuing on in just a second.
All right. So, let's get right into the Bad Batch here. So, they basically need to get information, right? So, they don't have anywhere to go. So, they need to go meet a former Jedi informant and meet this person named Sid. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Do you?
I think it was a woman, but it's hard to
I don't
tell.
know.
Like with
Yeah, it's like a
different
lizard
species in
person.
Star
Yeah,
Wars, it's hard to tell
yeah,
what's
tell.
what.
Yeah.
I don't like to label
So they
things.
met. Yeah.
It's Pride
So they
Month.
met
We don't
this.
need to label them.
They met this person named Sid,
Yep.
and Sid basically introduces them to the entire underground for Star Wars. And
Yeah.
I think that also the Rise of the Empire basically catalysts this whole underground as well, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken.
Yeah.
Right?
They dive
I
into
think that's the
Jabba for the first time.
yeah. I think that just like starts catalysting everything.
Yep.
So you find out that like basically they get hired to do this job to save Jabba's Rancor. That eventually, I think the
They
implication is
don't know
Luke's
that
going to
it's a
kill
Rancor at
him. Yeah,
first. Which,
right.
if you're not like an actual Star Wars fan, that's
Yeah,
basically like trying to go capture like
like a
an
tiger
elephant rhinoceros.
or a tiger.
No, more like an
Like the,
elephant rhinoceros. It's
no,
big,
visually like
it's
an elephant
huge, yeah,
rhinoceros, but like it's
but it's
like
fast
for
and
us, it would be
mean.
like trying to catch
Like,
a tiger. Yeah,
yeah, like,
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
dirty, it's fast, it's mean, it's loud. It will kill you
And this is the
fast.
one that Luke eventually kills too. I think, right? Isn't that the implication?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
yeah. So
Spoilers behind.
yeah, if you haven't seen
And
Return of the
ahead.
Jedi, it's been out for 40 years.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
It was a really good episode, though. I don't know. Each
Yeah, no,
episode
it
it
was
pulls
great.
me in
It
more
was
and
great.
more. To be honest,
Yeah, it does.
like last week
Here's
when
a
we recorded, I was still like halfway into that episode last week, so I was
right,
still finishing up all these episodes at one
right,
time. So I'm gonna go rewatch this last one just so I can like separate it from the other ones.
sure.
But I remember, it was good.
Side thing that's kind of subtle. Wrecker keeps getting these headaches.
Yeah,
Something's
that's
weird about that.
something's off with this chip.
Yep.
Um,
So
I don't like that because Wrecker is one of my favorites.
I know he is. You like Hunter and Wrecker, and I like Tekken Crosshairs. Nobody picked Echo. Funny.
Nah,
Echo's kind of lame.
yeah,
All right.
it's okay though. It's all right.
What are you gonna
Everybody
do?
needs somebody lame in their group to do that
Wait,
sort
does
of
J
shit.
Rex 2.0 watch Bad Batch?
Absolutely.
You have to ask him who his two favorite Bad Batch
All right,
members are.
I will
Because I
ask
want to
him.
see if they're. I bet you they're the same ones that I bet money on it that J Rex 2.0 picks that.
Who are yours?
Crosshairs and Tech.
I'd be willing to bet that his are Tech and Hunter.
Hunter, probably. I like crosshairs
Because
though. Yeah.
he is a triple Aries. I know you don't
Yeah.
believe in all the astrology shit, but
Well, I'm a
for
Taurus. I
any of
guess
our
you say.
listeners that do,
I guess you would say that I'm pretty much the most like apparent Taurus on the planet.
eh,
You've said that to me before.
maybe.
I'm very much a Taurus. I guess
Yeah,
people tell
I'm,
me. All
I'm very much a Cancer, no question about it.
right. All right. Well.
Yeah, in the best way possible.
All right.
um, let's get into Superman and Lois.
Okay. Let's do it up.
So this episode was fucking jam packed, full of like everything.
It's basically like the like resolution of an entire storyline.
Yeah, and the beginning of the next one,
Right.
uh, with so many like little underlying plots and storylines in there.
The
Um,
implication.
the implications. The people that aren't fans of Always Sunny won't even get that, but
I know.
it's funny for us, so whatever.
I'm laughing.
Stoner
I think it's
moment for
funny.
us.
I think it's funny.
Yeah, a moment for your host. Thank you.
He just bowed. People can't see it.
All right. So in this episode, Superman starts off by trying to interrogate John Henry Irons, and he tells him he knows he's not the John Henry Irons from this planet. He knows that he died years ago, and um, John Henry Irons, we'll call him for now. He says he's going to continue to be the one to end Kal-El and bring him Lois Lane. Like he won't talk until he's brought Lois Lane, and
He
he's
has to talk to Lois.
yeah.
He must speak to Lois.
He then does continue to reveal that we were correct. He was married with a daughter to Lois on his planet. So
Yeah.
you know, in his world, he lost Lois and their daughter,
She gets
and
melted by Superman on live TV.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's a spoiler for about 30 seconds from now. Um, so when Lois and Jonathan go and search his RV, they start looking through all of his videos and stuff like that, trying to find more information about him. They leave and everything. Lois goes and talks to a therapist and stuff. Um, Lois explains bits and pieces of the multiverse and how different worlds and stuff works to Jonathan, which is pretty big because, you know, like for a high school kid to understand that.
Yeah, can you imagine if you're like a high school kid and you're finding out that like there's multiple versions of the people you know and love?
Right? Like he takes it pretty good though, but he ends up going back to the SUV or the RV by himself,
He's a
and
schmuck.
he triggers. No, he's just a curious kid. He's got like you were saying before. He's gonna end up being a reporter,
Yeah.
and he was curious, so he went back to the RV by himself. He sees the footage of Superman killing Lois on John Henry Irons' planet. Um,
Right.
he ended up triggering the shutdown and alarms in the RV. He was looking for weapons apparently because he felt useless and like his life could be taken at any second. Lois kind of freaks out at him. Clark kind of handles it a bit better. They end up talking later, and you know everything's all smooth.
Yeah. I thought she goes berserk on him, right?
Oh yeah, she
Yeah,
like
she
really
fucking
flipped out.
rips him a new asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like she like really flipped out.
She lays into that man.
Yeah,
Lays.
like yeah, if that was my mama, I would have went my ass upstairs.
Yeah, well, he did.
Yeah.
So
There was another part in like kind of the beginning of the episode where we kind of start to get a bit of humanity and decency from Kyle. It's Lana's husband.
yeah.
He's trying to help his daughter Sarah, Jordan, and Jonathan's friend Sarah. He's trying to help her with her anxiety, so you kind of like see him being a little bit more human.
It's kind of a
Although
douche.
that does not last long because later on in the episode, um, he goes to see Lana at work, and he finds out that Morgan Edge has a strong interest in him, and Lana lied to him, and then she continued to lie to him, although he doesn't really realize that like she's lying to him to try to keep him safe. And he ended up not showing up to this thing with Sarah and being a dick. So he kind of ruined
He's a
his
dick.
moment. Yeah. It was good though, like when he didn't show up, Jordan actually filled in, and like him, Jonathan, and Sarah all kind of hung out, and there wasn't like any drama between them, which was kind of cool. I like that. Um, it's good to see them all just kind of, not having
Yeah,
tension
man.
between themselves. Um, Lois had a miscarriage when the boys were like 18 months, and that's what set
Right.
her off into such a bad mood this whole episode.
Yeah, she thought he was gonna get killed too.
Yeah. So that, then seeing, the other planet where the woman who had her name and looked just like her, and, their daughter got killed on that planet, struck a chord in her. So later on, though, they have John Henry Irons at the military base,
Right.
and Rossetti is one of General Lane's men. He is from another multiverse or somehow got powers and wants to kill Superman as well.
Yeah. Oh,
Do
I know
you?
what his deal is.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hit me.
All right. So basically, what and John Henry Irons like implied this as well. So basically, what happens is on his Earth.
No, with the Rossetti guy.
Yeah, I'll explain it. It's
Okay.
all. Let me explain
Okay.
it.
Sorry.
So, give me a chance. All right. So basically, what happens is like the Kryptonians, the Kryptonite X, you can use it to turn the people to give them superpowers, and then also eventually give them the consciousness of these other Kryptonians, and that's what happened on his planet. And then Superman left the side of humanity and sided with the other Kryptonians who got their powers, who have like the consciousness of these like ancient Kryptonians. Like that's how that all went down. So that's what he thinks is going on their planet. So Lois keeps telling him like he's like, well, how do I know it's going to happen? Not happen on this planet? And Lois is like, listen, like she doesn't realize like she's saying it's my
So
husband. Like
that's what Morgan Edge is doing then.
that's what
Is
Morgan Edge is
okay.
doing. Yeah, is
All right. So that puts a
he's
bow on
using the
that
crypt.
for me.
Yeah, he's using the Kryptonite X to build these to create this army of these ancient Kryptonians or something.
Okay. That,
And Superman's eventually going to have to kill them or stop them or do something
yeah.
because and John Henry Irons doesn't realize that like our Superman is married to Lois Lane and like
Yeah.
father of two human children. Like, no, he's not gonna turn
Yeah.
on humanity. Like, it's not who he is. He was raised by Martha and Jonathan Kent.
Right.
So
Just the small town boy from Kansas.
yeah. So that's pretty much that in the nutshell.
But yeah, so that Rossetti guy, he takes John Henry Irons and tries to like lure Superman and him and kill both of them. And John Henry Irons ends up killing Rossetti, so one of these Kryptonian X
They use that
kind of guy.
gas, the kryptonite
Yeah,
gas again, that they used in Batman vs Superman. They used the same kryptonite gas.
yeah. So Clark finds out that Lane has like what did he say, a
It's like
dozen
an
or
arsenal.
so, right? Like a dozen or so different types of weapons.
Yeah, like an arsenal of
So
like kryptonite
they gotta
weapons.
rebuild that trust now.
I mean, let me tell you something. If I'm Superman and people like want to have something to be able to stop me in case I go crazy, I would understand. I mean,
Yeah,
you're a god.
exactly. But
Like,
that's the thing with Superman. It's not that he wouldn't understand that. It's that he was lied to and said that he didn't have all that.
oh yeah, I'm sure.
That's
I'm sure.
it. That's what it is.
But he does. You know what's
That's why I
funny
love
is
Superman, because he can handle the truth. He just wants it up front.
in one of the comic books or like a cartoon, I think it was. Batman goes, Superman goes. If it makes you feel any better to walk around with a piece of kryptonite in your belt, and chucks it back to him, like flicks the piece of kryptonite back to Batman and says, "You have my permission. Fire the kryptonite bullet. Kill me if I go crazy." That's what he said. Stop me.
Yeah.
He's like, "Stop me."
Yeah.
Like, do it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Our
He
Superman.
knows.
Our Superman is a good Superman.
Yeah. He's
We
not
live
gonna
in
turn
a.
on the people.
They live in a.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it a good world. I don't know.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's not.
But one day at a time, we can try to make it better.
We
Everybody try to
live in a
make this world a better place. That's all we can do.
We live in a mediocre world that could be a lot worse.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It could be a lot better too. So everybody,
But it could be a lot worse.
Be the change you want to see in the world, as J-Rex 2.0 would say.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
It is fair. All right. So you got anything else for us, man?
I'm fresh out of shit. It's been an hour of my life. Over an hour and 5 minutes of my life.
I know. We went a little long this week. We rambled a bit, but that's okay. It was a good show. I'm happy. I hope everybody had a great week. You know how to reach us. Discord. Find us on there. Apple, Podbean, Spotify, TuneIn, YouTube, Twitter at B_weird1ONE spelled out. His at Atrocitus Rex. It is ATROCITUSREX. National Suicide Prevention Lifeline 1-800-273-8255. National Addiction Hotline 1-800-662-4357. We will get at everybody shortly. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.
Later.